Ayo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Potter with the Grandmaster Glass YouTube channel. This is episode 6 of the weekly Glass Market Watch. If you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you like what I'm doing, give this video a thumbs up. As well, comment for algorithm because it really helps me out. So I've got a lot of good picks for this week's episode, so let's just jump right into it, guys. Alrighty, and this one we're starting off with. If you missed it, you just probably didn't get on social media, which is okay. But this was a collaboration between, 6 or 7 artists: Coil, Hobbs, Rocco, Malachise, Rhino. I know I'm forgetting a few more, but this piece right here, Simpin' on the Simp Bus. Yes, sir. Simpsons School Bus done to an amazing, immaculate, crazy degree. Things that, I start to not even think were possible that they put together between so many minds. It goes without saying that things like this come about. It kind of seems like once a year this kind of goes down where they throw together, a multi-person project. And last year it was kind of like a pirate theme. And this year they went with the Simpsons bus, and the amount of detail and everything in this piece is absolutely crazy. Rocco, if I didn't say him, he's the one who's doing all the line drawings, along with, I'm sure, a bunch of other stuff. Everybody kind of has their hands in everywhere. There's a lot of videos of this. This was just kind of the final piece I decided to just pull together so you guys can go and look it up. Whoever your favorite glassblower is, I'm sure they've posted it. So, yeah, this piece was absolutely crazy. Also, with the custom kiln, the bottom drops out from it. And so they're able to pull the whole piece out, work on it on the actual kiln, and then push it back into it and shut the door. Super, super crazy cool. So, yeah, that collaboration piece between all those guys, Sideshow Bob on the top of the school bus, yeah, that's crazy. And I think that wraps it up on that. I mean, I could talk all day on this piece. And like I said, there's a bunch of pictures and all these different artists posting different stages of when this was being built. And, yeah, this is just a legendary piece that goes in a museum somewhere someday. So, yeah, on to the next one. And up next, we've got Ian Michael Glass, and he stays with the Millie Work. And right now, with the Pokemon theme, Pokemon is super hot, so just kind of goes hand in hand with the current times and the pop art trends. But this piece right here, to see multiple Millies laid into themselves to make one image, like just the Snorlax on the road and Mew off to the side, multiple Pokeballs. It's a lot of work and a lot of different Millies to create one cohesive image, and that's really cool to see with Millie Work. The little Yoshi egg stuck off to the left, that's pretty funny. I like that. But yeah, just to see multiple Millies laid into themselves to create one image is super cool. So, Ian Michael Glass, this guy is super cool. And the CFL Bale, that's just a nice little touch right there, just to add that bling. So, yeah, Ian Michael Glass. And up next, Jimmy C. Glass stays cooking in the kitchen, whipping up the meats with the Wagyu, however you say it. The little bit of celery, yeah, that's absolutely hilarious. Putting down the ideas. I really, really like this. It's very innovative, and I haven't seen anything like this, really. So, yeah, props to him for this one. I really, really like this. Hollow pendants, the meat sitting on the dishes. So, yeah, you just got a couple different styles, just the circular and the kind of oblong-shaped ones. I really, really like the fact that they're hollow, though. And, yeah, just the detail, and just instantly it's like, oh, that's a slice of meat. That's a slab of meat right there. And the Wagyu, something like that, right? Yeah, just super, super cool to see. And Jimmy C, if you don't know him or follow him, definitely drop a follow. But he stays with the bread work. He stays pushing the loaves of bread. So seeing him switch it up, still cooking, switching it up from the loaves of bread to the meats is pretty awesome to see. Now he needs to make a meat sandwich and layer 2 pieces of bread in between a slice of meat. That would be so funny. Oh, man. Jimmy C. Glass, super, super cool to see. Up next, we have got Chacha chain. So I love the chain works. Super inspirational. And the fact that the variations with the Marias pushed into each chain is super, super cool to see. The multiple tones. We've got one sandblasted, then one crushed opal, and then probably Nemo, Atlantis, some type of, tonic. But yeah, just the alternating style, just the whole textural feel is very, very cool. I really, really like that. So Chacha chains, pushing that innovation, pushing those ideas around, not just staying with one idea. Putting together the nice color tones, and just the whole color pattern works very, very well, very unique. Yeah, almost like the sea glass look to those sandblasted ones, and to integrate those in between, super, super cool to see. Very, very nice tech. I really, really like that. Cha-cha chains. And up next, we have got Firefox. Female artist, love to see it, and the attention to detail and the dedication she puts in, just cranking out these millies, image after image. Super, super cool to see. And she's pretty consistent with the anime themes, Pokemon, kind of that whole idea. I think I've seen her do a World of Warcraft one. A big fan of that. And yeah, just to see the detail before she actually pulls down into millies is, I think it's a real treat. It's very cool to see. And just this cute little red cheeks Pikachu about to be pulled into millies. So yeah, I thought it was super cool. Just something, this week in glass, something that we can all stay up to date on. And somebody, if you might not know, Firefox Glass. So it's just somebody that you can follow if you didn't already know. Really, really like it. So up next, Turf Glass. Hell yes. So this guy stays with the honeycomb. So that is really his deal. He kind of gets these honeycomb millies that he pulls down, and he applies them in so many ways that you just wouldn't normally see. And you can just see on the back of this spoon pipe, and just the whole overall shaping alone with the technique of the honeycomb laid into it is super, super clean. I really, really like it. It's super appeasing to the eye and probably to hold in the hand. And some of his millies, honeycombs, he'll stick into marbles, and he'll have stands with lights going through them. So I just think it's super, super cool to see. Just things that you wouldn't normally see, that's very unique to him. And it's a style he's kind of created. And, it's just something that I can appreciate, and that I'm not sure a lot of people take the time to notice, like the dedication and the idea and the thought process that goes behind some of these pieces of artwork, So, yeah, this is super, super cool to see. As well, you might know turfs from Dr. Susio and the turf spinners. So that's another area where he's just able to specialize and just apply his own techniques. So I really, really like this guy, what he stands for in his artwork. So if you don't know, definitely hit him with a follow, Turf's Glass. Up next on today's episode, we have got rockin' for us. Up next is Cushy. It's a Cushy story. So I love seeing her work. It's another female artist, and I love to represent. And she puts so much detail, and these drawings are so tight and detailed. And, I just love seeing her artwork. To see glass pulled down and drawn with, stringer drawings are extremely difficult. You don't see a lot of people doing them, and that's because it's very difficult. So she's applied her stringer drawings into a spinner cap. Just talking about the turf spinner caps and seeing her cap. Love to see the innovation and just different styles of people's artwork, the way they can apply their techniques into these glass works. So really love to see it. It's a Cushy story, so drop a follow. She's from Canada as well, so I really, really think that's cool. Killing it with the stringer drawings. It's a Cushy story. So yeah, up next, Cadoo Glass, Texas native as well. And just the amount of detail and precision in her work is out of this world. Always kind of fungus, growing, living, mossy feel, and just the pattern and color work she chooses is crazy. Absolutely mind-blowing. I love seeing her work. It's very inspirational. Like frogs, just lots of trippy, very fungus-like items. So to see that in her work, it's just very inspirational. I love the mushroom caps on this piece. You flip it over, and it's actually kind of, I don't know the proper name for it, but it's not a Sherlock and it's not a steamroller. Somewhere in between, because that back end is where the carb is, and then if you flip it over, that's the bowl. So yeah, just super, super cool to see these unique ideas and styles that you don't normally see every day. So it's something that really stands out to me as I'm looking through social media and seeing all these artists, to say, hold up, I really, really like that. Hold up, wait a second, I really, really like that. That made me think of that meme. I might insert that.
I said, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
But yeah, Cadoo Glass, killing it with the precision I know she uses like taffy rollers, a couple other things, but to get that amount of precision and symmetry is next level. Super, super cool. Cadoo glass. Ah, the Wicked Glass Kraken. So this one, when I was scrolling through, I just kind of stopped and I was like, oh, that's amazing. Let me just stop and look at that. Just the horns, the details. It's almost like that battle armor, and being in almost like a what looks to be fumed, but it's like a moonstone color, is super, super intense. Yeah, this piece definitely has a presence. To see that on a table, just in photographs, super, super cool. I'd love to see that. But this one has to be very, very unique. There's one of one on that one for sure. And I know the way Jimmy does them, they're very prestigious, they're very thought out. So I'm sure this one goes into a very special collector's hand. So I love to document and talk about it and see it. So yeah, Wicked Glass, super, super cool. It is wicked, and he is wicked. Wicked Glass. Up next, we've got Ro, constantly innovating and pushing his boundaries, going from one style to another. And to see this dinosaur fossil technique is super, super cool. The color he chose, I'm actually not even familiar. It could be a custom mixed color, it could be a pre-made color, but to see that color applied in that fossil form, he absolutely nailed it. I love to see it. And the way the chain hangs on the back of the skull, super, super, super cool. And just small, I mean, the detail work, once you realize how small that is with the teeth and just the holes with the nose and the jawline, I don't know, man. That's very, very clean. I hope he does more of those, because I'd be very, very interested in that. So, yeah, Ro Glass. Make sure you drop him a follow. And up next, I don't want to say this one wrong, Zaus Glass, Japanese-based artist. And this is another piece that I am extremely interested in. When I'm ready, I think, to add another piece to my collection, this is going to be one of them. Just the flower implosion, compression, just the fading from one color to the next is something I've not seen, and it's very unique. On some of those with the opals, just kind of topping it off with those sphere opals on the bales. I love to see that. But just the flower themselves speak so much, and just the transition and the spiral, and it's so gradual. It's very unique to see that in glass. Just the subtle color change and how it feels from petal to petal. I love that. And just the symmetry, and just something about how round and symmetrical those are just really hits it home for me. So yeah, and anything Japanese, I'm always a sucker for. So Zaus Glass, loving it. And up next, once again, another challenging name to say. He has a pronunciation on his Instagram, but I believe Joachim Glass. So yeah, this piece, as you look at it, you almost wouldn't realize it's a functional piece of art, because from the one side on the left, you can't even see the joint on the left, but on the right, once it turns, you realize, okay, that is definitely a functional piece of art. And just you could set that on the shelf and nobody would know. I'm guessing the scythe is a dabber that removes from his hand. And yeah, just the overall feelings of his piece and his consistency of his style is very unique, and something to definitely take note of. Just the overall function and the way the piece sits has a lot of character, and it's definitely difficult to do that with glass. Just his cape and the way it falls to the floor, and his wrists, he definitely nails that whole robe feel. So I love to see that in his work. And he could have chosen to maybe add, like, ruffles in the bottom part, but it just fits so well, and it really starts to feel like that classic rig kind of glass style, but with a sculptural top. So it feels smooth in the hand. Sometimes you like to have rough, textured glass, but then other times you like to have that smooth feeling. So the fact that he kind of hits both those sculptural and smooth glass feel is very cool. It's kind of like a glass in the hand. It just feels nice. So I definitely think that is very, very cool, and something to take note of when you're looking at pieces, and something that you're going to hold every day. Maybe you won't use this piece every day, but just something cool to take note of and think about. And up next, and lastly, Steven, and I don't want to say his last name wrong, so I'm putting it up on the screen as well. bohem. But pronunciation is not important. What is important is his art, because this, to have the insight and to see the way he is making his millies is something that is very, very special. And it kind of, it's hard to explain, but once you start to realize what's going on and the magnitude and the steps and how much time and effort to get that amount of detail in a millie, it starts to really blow your mind a little bit. It does mine, at least. And yeah, you can just see these stages and these clumps. So as he builds the nose, he'll build the eye, and he puts them together and then pulls them all down, then puts the whiskers. So it's like nothing is built at once. This takes days, weeks, maybe even longer to build. And to see his dedication and just that follow through, to see something be built from nothing to something, and how long that takes. It's not one session, 2 sessions. It's a long time. And to see that amount of detail put into a millie, a picture made out of glass, is, yeah, that's why I've chosen to end the episode with this guy, because super, super cool to see stuff like this. And I feel lucky to be able to see the process. Just being internet taught, internet based, I don't have a big community to watch and see inspiration on the daily. So to see moments like this as he's making millies, I definitely appreciate it. It's hard to, goes without saying, but legendary work right here from Steven. So I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Transfer over here. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm doing here and just the effort that I'm putting into these videos. I've got a lot of cool ideas and, working on a lot of things in the background. And I'm going to stay consistent with these videos because it's something I enjoy, sitting down with you once a week, recapping things that just make me smile or bring me joy, or really just like pique my interest in why I want to be a glassblower and why I've become a glassblower. So along with many other things in life that I love, just being a multifaceted artist. So I hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing for you. And yeah, just coming back week after week and seeing where these videos go. And yeah, be on the lookout for episode 7 next week. Have a great week, guys. Drop down in the comments some artists that you think I need to look at, and somebody that you enjoy seeing that brings you joy. And yeah, guys, make sure you smash that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Comment down below for algorithm. And remember, never stop evolving.